they are supposed to be equal.
No, that's what I'm just saying. I was trying. That's what I was doing when you came in. I was trying to change that because it's not a graph. I couldn't change the size of them. It's up to you. And I'm not saying this is ideal.
This one is review.
Right. Yes. Okay.
And this one is draft.
Yeah, and that's do. Right. Okay. Has everybody done that? Okay. And again, I apologise for the next slide. I was trying to change this, but it's not. So, which one does your graph look most like? So, type A, living in the present. So there, it's 80% activity, 10% review, 10% planning. Okay. Type B, planning and doing. So this, I think, is like yours. 60% doing, 35% planning, and 5% reviewing. And type C, plan, do, reflect, which 60% doing, 25 planning, 15 reviewing. So just on your graph, just approximately, are you A, B, or C?
B. C. It depends on whether the class is a new class.
Yeah.
Or whether it's one that you've been teaching.
Yeah.
I'm planning and doing are similar to each other.
You're planning and doing are very similar, yeah.
Similar.
Yeah.
So
Does anybody spend more time planning than doing? Yeah. Especially when you're doing a new class. Yeah. I do. Can't tell, can you? Honestly, this is all very well planned. It took me hours. Okay, so anybody on A, type A? Honestly. No? Anybody, so who's type B? So a lot of time planning and doing, and then type C, which is sort of the even balance. Right, good stuff, my star pupils. Okay, so we don't need the next one, which is what reflection on time use. Okay, right, so there are actually some more questions now. How much time with actually doing stuff do you feel was wasted? So out of that segment, how much of that time, you can just make a note on your own things. Take a few seconds to think about it. When you're actually doing, is that all effective activity?
Sometimes when planning, for example, any course, while looking for the textbooks, trying to construct the curriculum, etc., while preparing the outline, there's some of the time spent, much of the time spent there, but some of them are wasted.
Yeah, yes. So that's on this one then. Your planning time is wasted. Yeah. But is it really wasted? Do you know, because you're sort of exploring things and then, I suppose, then kind of refining them and then bringing them down to exactly what it is you want.
You decide not to do.
Yeah, but I think that's part of the planning, isn't it? Like everything, I don't know, everything that you plan doesn't end up going in the course, but you kind of lock that away. I think, or you come back to it and use it again.
Sometimes you are lost.
Yes. Yeah, I think if you're doing something new, the planning necessarily takes a lot longer. And I'm not sure if I would call that wasting time, though. I think that's sort of a necessary exploration.
It's nature of planning.
Yeah, and then, but if you feel you're spending a lot of time doing that, then maybe you need to think about, do you need to speak to someone to get more help, to guide you in the first place, or resources to help you in the first, so that you move more quickly to the right track.
when we use PBA, actually, having attended the first module here, I started writing scenarios and using PBA effectively in my courses, and creating a scenario for every unit is a disaster.
Yes.
Because I like it. I like preparing the scenario, but sometimes it doesn't work in the class. The students do not agree with me.
Yes.
So
I think both of those are really important things, which kind of we get to tomorrow afternoon in terms of finding resources to help your teaching. I think we spend a lot of time creating brand new resources for our module, whereas actually there's a lot of stuff already online. There's thousands of PBL scenarios that are already available, Or you can, you know, when I did a lot of PBL, I just used to grab things out of, I was teaching on life science courses, and the Research Council for the Biosciences, who gave funding to fund research, they used to publish the abstracts of all the research they'd funded. So I just used to find those that were appropriate for the topic. They were completely new areas, and there was no solution that students could find. You know, for master's students, they sort of think about how would they go about finding that. So actually, you know, I didn't have to write the scenarios myself. I was just like looking for things in the media, and there's a lot of that stuff around now, either ones that have been used by other people, or you can just grab out of the newspapers and things like that. So I get newspaper headlines, and well, I taught a lot of bioethics, so there was loads of stuff. You could just open the page, right? Okay, what we're going to do this week, you know. Okay, so think about how much time you waste planning, and again, we'll talk about that a bit more tomorrow about how you can get resources and help to support that, and how much time spent reflecting is wasted. So in your big circle, just shade out how much proportion of each one is wasted, do you think? So who feels like a lot of their doing time is wasted? So you're doing activities with students perhaps, or you're lecturing and it's, you know, not going in and they're all asleep, or we do a lot of stuff. We're marking essays that providing feedback that nobody reads, or anybody feel that anybody want to comment on their doing time that's wasted?
I think it depends on the both the activity, the content itself, and sometimes on the students.
Yeah.
Sometimes the giving instruction cards might be a waste, because the activity might be far higher than their level.
Yeah.
So then that's actually one of your faults, because you actually fail to align the activity to their levels.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have a hard time getting the instruction because of the lack of readiness.
Yeah.
They're not ready.
Yeah.
There are some other factors that affect their attention.
Yeah. I think whenever we reflect on that segment of doing and think about, you know, how much of it is wasted, we then, exactly as you say, you then have to drill into why is that wasted. Yes. And that kind of actually then feeds into your planning and then your reflection. So you need to reflect on why was that wasted. You know, I'm wasting a lot of time, you know, marking essays, marking exam scripts that nobody ever sees, or, you know, lecturing when they're not here, or they want it repeated, or whatever it is. As long as you reflect on that activity, then you can start to reduce that down. How many people felt that they were wasting time reflecting?
And also it depends on planning.
Yes.
Mentioning about doing. And it depends on planning. If you know your students very well, and if you know your students' motivation span or attention span, and also their characteristics. So if the plan goes well, everything is on the way.
Yeah.
So you don't waste any time on doing that.
Yeah. I think that's right. So I think if you start to identify things where, and I think this is quite a useful exercise, because if you start to feel like you're wasting time doing, then exactly as you say, you need to spend more time planning. But you know, you obviously need to reflect on that doing to lead that on. Anybody feel like they're wasting their time reflecting? Everybody want to admit it? I feel like I should spend more time doing it.